Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States, remains a towering figure in American history, inextricably linked to the preservation of the Union and the emancipation of enslaved people. His life, spanning from humble beginnings in a log cabin to the highest office in the nation, is a testament to the power of perseverance, intellect, and unwavering moral conviction. Born on February 12, 1809 in a modest log cabin near Hodgenville, Kentucky, Abraham Lincoln's early life was marked by hardship and limited formal education. His parents, Thomas and Nancy Hanks Lincoln, were poor farmers, and Abraham received only a few years of schooling, largely self-educating through voracious reading. The family's frequent moves, driven by economic necessity and westward expansion, exposed Lincoln to the vastness and diversity of the frontier. His mother, Nancy, died in 1818, a devastating loss that deeply affected the young Lincoln, further shaping his introspective and melancholic nature. In 1830, the Lincoln family migrated to Indiana, settling on a farm in Spencer County, where Abraham worked alongside his father, engaging in backbreaking labor. But despite the demanding work, Lincoln continued to read and study, demonstrating an insatiable thirst for knowledge and a remarkable ability to learn. In 1831, Thomas Lincoln died, leaving Abraham completely responsible for his sister, Sarah, and later, his parents' farm. Seeking new opportunities, Abraham left the farm in 1832 and moved to New Salem, Illinois, a bustling frontier town teeming with activity. Here, he began his political career, initially running for the Illinois General Assembly as a Whig candidate. Although he lost his first election, his eloquence and reasoned arguments quickly gained him recognition and respect. In 1834, he was elected to the Illinois General Assembly, marking the beginning of his long and distinguished political journey. During his time in the legislature, he championed policies promoting internal improvements and advocated for the common man. However, his political career suffered a setback when he unsuccessfully sought the nomination for Congress in 1838. After a brief period of relative obscurity, Lincoln moved to Springfield, Illinois, in 1840, and formed a law partnership with William Herndon. This partnership proved to be remarkably successful, allowing Lincoln to develop his legal skills and cultivate a reputation as a shrewd and ethical lawyer. He skillfully handled a variety of cases, from property disputes to criminal trials, demonstrating his sharp intellect and persuasive abilities. Lincoln's opposition to the expansion of slavery became increasingly apparent during the 1850s, particularly in response to the Compromise of 1850 and the Kansas-Nebraska Act. He vehemently argued against the principle of popular sovereignty, which allowed residents of territories to decide the issue of slavery for themselves. His famous House Divided speech in 1858, delivered during his senatorial campaign against Stephen Douglas, articulated his belief that the nation could not endure permanently half slave and half free. Though he lost the election to Douglas, the speech catapulted Lincoln into the national spotlight and solidified his position as a leading voice against slavery. The Dred Scott Supreme Court decision in 1857, which denied citizenship to enslaved people and declared the Missouri Compromise unconstitutional, further fueled Lincoln's opposition to slavery and galvanized the anti-slavery movement. In 1860, Lincoln secured the Republican nomination for president, campaigning on a platform opposing the expansion of slavery and advocating for economic policies that benefited the common man. His election triggered the secession of Southern states, culminating in the outbreak of the Civil War in April 1861. As president, Lincoln faced the daunting task of preserving the Union and ending the rebellion while grappling with the moral issue of slavery. Initially, his primary goal was to restore the Union, even if it meant tolerating slavery in the South. However, The war's escalating costs and the growing abolitionist sentiment within the North gradually shifted his views on slavery. The Emancipation Proclamation, issued on January 1, 1863, declared the freedom of enslaved people in Confederate-held territory, transforming the war into a struggle for human liberation. While it did not immediately free all enslaved people, the Emancipation Proclamation significantly weakened the Confederacy and opened the door for African Americans to enlist in the Union Army. Lincoln's leadership during the war was marked by strategic brilliance, political maneuvering, and unwavering determination. He skillfully appointed military commanders, such as Ulysses S. Grant, and effectively managed the war effort, ensuring the Union's eventual victory. His Gettysburg Address, delivered in November 1863, remains one of the most eloquent and moving speeches in American history, dedicating the battlefield as a national cemetery and reaffirming the principles of equality and democracy. Lincoln's second inaugural address, delivered in March 1865, called for reconciliation and healing after the war, urging Americans to bind up the nation's wounds with malice toward none and charity for all. Sadly, Lincoln's vision of a reunited nation was cut short when he was assassinated by John Wilkes Booth on April 14, 1865, just days after the Confederate surrender at Appomattox Courthouse. His death plunged the nation into mourning and marked the end of an extraordinary era in American history. Abraham Lincoln's legacy endures as a symbol of freedom, equality, and national unity. He is remembered as the great emancipator, the man who ended slavery and preserved the Union during one of the nation's most tumultuous periods. His life story serves as an inspiration to people around the world, demonstrating the power of perseverance, integrity, and unwavering commitment to justice.